It's not often that you find a husband and wife team as powerful, dynamic, and fun as Woody and Amy Michleb. It may have been appearing on Bravo's Sheer Genius that propelled Amy into stardom, but it's a path we're pretty sure they were both on anyway. Woody is an accomplished platform artist, salon owner, and educator. Together, the Michlebs own 3 salons in the Toronto, Canada area, as well as their own shear company. Since Amy made her mark on Sheer Genius Season 3, this amazing couple has been traveling the world, presenting on stage as master colorists, international judges, and passionate educators. Woody and Amy are an amazing story of success in this industry. They are a joy to watch on stage, and they were a joy to interview. Now, we hope you enjoy hearing their story as you start your own journey of success. I am so honored to have the two of you here, all the way from Canada, right here at the International Show. Amy and Woody. We've already done the introduction, so I don't have to sit here and read your resume, because I think you already know it, don't you? You're pretty well, much know all of the honors and the success that you've had. But our students and our staff are dying to meet you. They want to know about you. I have sat and talked to you now, and I absolutely love the story. The two of you are you're both Canadian. But both of you aren't from Canada, okay? You didn't meet there. You're from different countries, different parts of the world, and yet you've come together and you have this amazing partnership. It's pretty cool stuff.
Well, the honor is ours to be with such a person like you here who put people like us on the map.
You got to tell me, because you come from Lebanon, and you ended up coming to Canada. Tell us how you got started.
Well, when I started hairdressing, I was 16 years old, and then before my 17th birthday, I decided to open up my own salon. And
why wait so long?
Tell me about it.
Go ahead.
And then so I had hired 8 people working for me. And
this is in Toronto?
No, this is in Lebanon.
In Lebanon?
So
when you were still there?
My first salon was in Lebanon.
Gotcha.
It wasn't big. It was probably as big as this room here, but we've done very, very well. We've done one day 307 clients in one day.
Oh my God.
And this is, till today, I haven't done that again.
Right.
So it was really, really good start, for me. I love what I do. I take it to a whole new level. And then I end up getting my visa to come to Canada. So I thought, okay, I'll go back home and work a little bit, and then I'll travel, and that way I get to travel the world. And that's what I actually do right now. I travel the world to do what I do, and I love it.
That's amazing. Yeah. It really is. But how many salons do you have in Canada now?
We have 4 salons right now in Canada.
So. 4 salons plus your own manufacturing of shears. That's something you do. You design and manufacture
we
shears?
manufacture shears, and we design them. They're totally different. They got cool designs, and some of them don't have cool design, but they're very comfortable. And we also manufacture brushes. We have our own line of product. We do education.
Plus, you're platform artists. You're here. You are starring at the International Show in New York. You've done the Midwest show and all the other shows in America, pretty much. You guys have been around. You really have. And Amy, I'm going to bring you into this as well, because I think you guys met in a really unique way.
Yeah, well, we met because I modeled for Woody at the Salon International in London. He flew as a platform artist to be on stage there for a manufacturer, and that's how we met. So, I wasn't even a hairdresser and even thinking about being part of the industry. Actually, I'd always gone away from it because my mom was a hairdresser, and you never want to grow up and do what your parents do.
No.
So I'm like, nah, I don't want to be a hairdresser. And I'd been studying at school. I was in college. I'd studied physics and maths and all of that kind of stuff. Computing. I was like a total geek. So I was
she
not.
She doesn't look like a geek, Woody. I don't know.
She is.
Look what you've done to her.
Geek. I am. Okay. But it was, for me, it was just an exciting industry, and I was modeling and stuff like that. And let's face it, unless you're Kate Moss, models don't last forever anyway. Doesn't matter how good you are or what you look like.
There's a short shelf life.
There's a lifetime, and they want the young, cute 16-year-olds. So as soon as you hit 20, you're done.
Oh, you're old.
But I love the industry so much. So, it was perfect transition for me to, stay in the hair and the makeup. And, when we do the session work, it keeps me doing what I always love to do, but I'm behind the camera, not in front of it anymore.
So basically, when you guys got together, and this is what, about 9-10 years ago?
9 years ago.
9 years ago. So 9 years ago, I think it's an amazing story. Okay, you not only plugged into what he was doing and doing it well, but she started out pretty strong. I mean, she was a stylist within what, about a year after that?
Well, she won her first competition after 2 months being a hairstylist, and you know.
Well, when I think about it, the competition was probably a year after we first met at that Salon International, because it's the same competition every year. So now I think about it, it was probably within that year, and that's when I entered and I won the Student Apprentice of the Year. And I think when I'm a very stubborn person, so when I put my head into something, I have to achieve and accomplish and like finish it. You know,
it doesn't sound like he's an easy mark either.
Trouble.
But you know, I have a goal and I can't not finish it, not complete it. You know, goal OCD. So.
Well, none of that, but you went on to enter Sheer Genius, and what season was it?
I was on season 3.
Season 3. I mean, and I remember seeing you on that, and I thought you were very talented. I think you were robbed. I'm only kidding. But
well,
no,
I got to tell you something. They invited both of us to go on Sheer Genius, and she made it. I trained her. She became a hairdresser. She made it to Sheer Genius than I did it. So that's why I will say, you know, sometimes the student could do better than their teacher will do. You know, and
but doesn't that give you an amazing sense of pride?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I mean, it does with our teachers. Our instructors, the greatest thing that can happen for them is that one of their students go on and is better than they are. That can cut better or color better or be more successful. That's what we live for in education.
Yeah. But as an
really
educator as well, when you see somebody who has that driving attitude, which is the most important thing to me, the scissor is only 30% and 70% is your attitude. And when you have that attitude, you're so happy to give them everything you know, because you know that they're going to excel and they're going to go and take it to a whole new level. And to me, this is where it's a payoff for me, which is great.
Woody, we say that all the time. We just use the numbers 80-20, but it's the same thing. What you're saying is that the cutting skills and those kind of hard skills are really only 30%, in your words, 30% of your success. The other 70 is your attitude and your personality and the way you treat your customers. Challenges. You guys have had to have challenges since this all started. And if you want to tell me what the challenge is, that's great. If you just...
We have challenges every day. I mean, today we were on stage at the IBS.
Mm-hmm.
We had our first show, opening show of the day, but we didn't have all the models we needed. Mm-hmm. So we're there this morning, and I've got 3 models that haven't shown up yet, and luckily they rolled in late, you know, but we didn't have the cutting models that we needed. I actually met my cutting model about 3 minutes before we were on stage. I have my mic on. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Don't move. Have you seen how we cut before? Have you seen us before? Don't move. Don't worry.
So your way of overcoming adversity when things are thrown in your way and challenges thrown in your way is what?
Go straight at it. Like, the show must go on. Right? Like everyone this morning, our staff were freaking out. What are we going to do about this? What about this? Where's the brushes? Where's the product? I'm like, the show's going to go on. I'm going to go on stage. If no models show up, I talk for 45 minutes. If the music doesn't work, we'll do something else.
We'll talk more.
I got to tell you something. I learned that like a long time ago. I showed up to a wedding where we did not have electricity 9 out of 10 times in Lebanon growing up in the war. And I showed up to do the wedding and there was no electricity. And the girl's hair, the bride's hair was wet. So I had to style her hair in a wet style and just accessorize it, and she went on with her style like that, wet, and it looks fantastic. All her pictures, everything. So this is a challenge that you want to overcome.
Exactly, because if you let any of those things get in your way, or you don't show up at school one day because you don't feel good or whatever, you can't do that in the real world. And in the real world, if you let your client down one time, you lost them forever as a client.
You know what? You're as good as much as you show up. And like we said, you know, it's not just about the haircut. It's about being there for your customers and for your guests that come in. If I'm the best hairdresser in the world, and believe me, I did that, and I start traveling. I was booked 30 clients a day, 40 clients a day, every single day. And I work really fast. When people see me, like, they will realize how fast I work on clients. However, I start traveling, and I was traveling the world, and when I come back, I'm not there for these guests, and I lost a lot of them. So it doesn't matter how good I am. If I'm not there for them, they're not going to stick around.
You've also given free haircuts for people. I mean, to get people started, to say, come with me, let try my haircut.
We were just talking about it in our classroom last night. We finished the show, the class. Our time was up. we were being signaled to get out,
Get-
you know, like
okay,
they're out. Right. And this one here takes a lady that's in the front row of the audience and pulls her up on stage and does a blow dry on her because her hair is frizzy and he wants her to have better hair tomorrow. And if that had been a client and we'd been in Toronto, she'd be there every single day for a blow dry from now onwards.
You know
That's how it
what?
happens.
I've done a guest 21 years ago when I came to Toronto, and she was getting her nails done, and I was at this salon where the owner was older. It was mostly older clientele, but you know, I just came there and I just grabbed her from the chair. I said, "I want to give you a haircut." She goes to me, "Are you gonna give me a haircut?" I said, "You better believe it. I'm gonna give you a haircut, and I'm gonna do it for free." She goes, "Why?" I said, "Because I know this is going to be the haircut that's going to last you forever, and you're going to be my customer forever." It's been 21 years, and she's still been my guest. Every 4 weeks, she's in my chair getting a haircut. So yes, I gave her a $50 haircut, but how many $50 I've taken over the years from her, and how many referrals I've actually got from her. I always call it cost of opportunity.
Whatever you've got to do to promote yourself, to get people to say, wow, I can't live without this stylist, and that's what you've done. I'm
But
proud
you know
of you.
what? A lot of them miss this, and I spoke to some of our staff, and I'm like, how many of your friend come to you for a haircut here at the salon? He goes, probably, I said, how many do you have on Facebook? He goes, 900. I said, and how many friends do you have? He goes, good friends? I said, yeah. He goes, I got about 80 that I really speak with all the time and stuff like that. I said, how many of them come for a haircut with you? He goes, 5. I said, why is that? He goes, I don't know.
Never asked.
I said, because you've never actually invited them in. I said, even though that you're your friend should be supporting you in your business. I support my friend if they are in the furniture business. I go buy furniture from them. And if they're in any kind of business, we all support each other. Why don't they support you in the haircut?
Right.
Your haircut should be another thing that they could support you with.
It's fantastic.
Okay? And then, oh, it clicked. And then they start going and like bringing in their friends to be able. You're a self-promoter as a hairstylist.
And you talk about it, you got to get your business card out there, you got to be able to give it to
yeah, you
people.
know, like another challenge is like that we have is like some of the stuff, we'll put so much product on there for them. And the product is really just to a gift to the customer to take home because you want them to be able to recreate what you've done.
Right.
Because if you don't, they're going to go to the drugstore to buy it. We look at it as, oh, we don't want to sell the client. We're not selling the client anything. All we're doing is giving the client what they need.
Just like a
And that's
doctor
what I
prescribes
tell
a
them,
drug, it's the same
is
thing.
you really need, we're putting it on the shelf for you. Don't look at it as like, oh, I'm not going to sell it because I may not be able to get commission. You got to be out there. You're going to give to your guest.
Right.
You want to give to your customer. You want to give to the person that pays your paycheck. And this is really how the world works, you know?
Fantastic.
So you can't come out of school or being a hairstylist in another salon and think that the word is so perfect. Nothing is perfect. You just got to make it better environment, and you got to make it a positive environment and work to a goal and a common goal. I always call with our staff, I don't tell them we're team players. Because team players, you come in to play one day, and tomorrow it's losing.
Another team offers you
go
more
play
money, you
somewhere else.
transfer, right?
that's
To me,
That's a good point.
I call it tribe. You either come and you belong in this tribe
Right.
and care for
Right.
it and make sure that everybody's
Right.
having to do well in it,
That's very
or don't be part of it at all. You know, and that's
We talk
the way
about
we
it as
look at
family, it's the same thing, and
Yeah.
that's a great.
I think you really have to take this industry really seriously, and I don't think that as a whole we're all taking it seriously as much. And if we have one person that does but 9 people that don't, then it pulls the whole industry down. And I really strive for professionalism, and I want to see this industry around for years to come.
It will be, trust me, the hair will always grow, okay?
Oh,
So we'll be
hair
fine.
will always grow, and I look at it, and I think if every hairstylist will look at it from this perspective, they're going to have a lot of success. And this is such an incredible profession. I got to tell you a story. I had a guy who was a lawyer, and he decided to leave the law and come learn hairstylist under my, supervision. And I asked him, why would you do that? He goes, because every time I represented someone, they never leave happy. He goes, versus when I come in, if I become a hairstylist, I see everybody leaving the chair
That's true.
with a smile on their face.
That's
and
true.
To me, I was like, wow, that's an
But
incredible
it does go
thing.
back to what you said before. It's that 70-30 thing. The 30% is that haircut that, or style or color, whatever, okay, it's not a perfect haircut. It's not a perfect color. It's not a perfect permanent wave or straightener or whatever. Am I right? It's a perfect experience.
Absolutely.
It's the fact that they're leaving going, wow, I feel pretty good about myself. And it was a fun experience, and they made me feel good about me. And man, you go out there feeling good inside, you're going to look better outside.
What we always say is that you want to make that model satisfied with what she's getting, even though you wanted to.
Apparently,
take
he
it
did that
extra.
he did this with this one right here.
Actually, no.
Really?
I made her cry.
Yeah, he made me cry.
He made
cut
you
all
cry?
my hair off and lied to me about what he was going to do for the color. And did completely
that
different.
scallywag.
It's terrible.
But you see, I made all the other models happy, but I knew I'm going to marry her, so that's why I made her cry.
Oh, he's good. He's very good. What a wonderful way to end this thing. It really, oh, thanks a lot, Woody. I really appreciate that one. You guys are absolutely amazing. I can plug into you anytime. I mean, you're that powerful. I really enjoy it. And beyond words, I want to say thank you. Thank you for coming and gracing us. Thank you for taking time off the floor and doing this. But you've just touched the lives of thousands of students and staff members who they're gonna love this, and they're gonna really enjoy it. And if they take a tenth of what you just said, they're gonna be super successful, just
If
like you.
one person takes something,
Then
and
it was
then
worth the
you
time,
tell
wasn't
me
it?
they're your next superstar, then we'll be totally happy, because
We
that's
would
why
love
we share, and that's why
We
we
love it.
educate.
Let's keep in touch, and let's have you come to Empire sometime and give us some education.
We'd
okay?
love to. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Great to meet you, Amy.
Thank you so
Woody,
much.
You're amazing. You guys are just.
Thank you.
You are the power couple of the industry. I'm really impressed with you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.